Here's the thing about that. Tack is cheap. There's no real simulation for testing poise and resolve. To find out, there has to be a postseason game like the one the Astros won, 54, against the Red Sox at Fenway Park on Monday. It was played on a wet, uncomfortable day. The Astros led early and trailed late as the Red Sox threw everything they had at them, fighting desperately to keep their season alive. ALCS Game 1 Friday, time TBD on Fox or FS1. This is when teams are tested. This is when teams with a championship DNA separate themselves. In the end, this time was different for the Astros as they won a clinching Game 4 of an American League Division Series presented by Doosan and advanced to Friday's Game 1 of the AL Championship Series presented by Camping World. The Astros will host Game 1 if the Yankees advance in the other ALDS, and they'll be the visitor if their opponent is Cleveland. You don't know how different the playoffs are until you actually play in them, outfielder George Springer said. It's a grind one run at a time, one inning at a time. It's really a different game. 2 years ago, when the Astros had a 6-2 lead on the Royals in what could have been a clinching Game 4 of the ALDS, they allowed the game to get away from them in the 8th inning. Kansas City put up 5 runs with some timely hitting while capitalizing on Houston miscues, most notably a botched double play ball by Carlos Correa that led to 2 runs. To say that the 96 loss to the Royals in that game and then a 7-2 defeat in Game 5 lingered in their hearts and minds for 2 years would not be accurate. These Astros simply have too much energy and confidence to dwell on such things. We came so close 2 years ago, pitcher Dallas Keuchel said. And to finally finish it off this year, it's only the second step. But man, that second step feels so good. The young guys have learned from the older guys, and that's what it's going to take to win a championship. The Astros always figured they would get back to this place in time. They thought it would be different when they did. Springer, Correa and Jose Altuve are older and wiser. Veterans like Josh Reddick, Carlos Beltran and Brian McCann have been added. Justin Verlander arrived on August 31 and pitched 223 innings of relief on Monday. Verlander allowed what could have been a punch-to-the-gut, torn home run from Red Sox outfielder Andrew Benintendi that turned a 21 lead into a 32 deficit in the 5th inning. The Red Sox nursed that 32 lead right into the 8th inning, getting 423 innings from their ace, Chris Sale. That's when the Astros took control. Third baseman Alex Bregman led off the top of the 8th inning with a game-tying, momentum-changing home run off Sale. That was very emotional for our dugout, Astros manager A.J. Hinch said. I think that Chris Sale had pitched so well for the entire stretch, but we did feel like he was tiring a little bit. But that doesn't make him easier to hit. So our guys just hung in there the whole time. Bregman is 23 years old, and he had just been drafted out of LSU when the Astros and Royals played in that 2015 ALDS. He's part of how the Astros are different in 17. Bench coach Alex Cora came up to me and said, "Hey, one at-bat, that's all that matters," Bregman said. He said, "Have some fun, play the game how you did the beginning of the series, just having fun." Bregman homered on a Sale changeup in Game 1 and was sitting on another one. When he got it, he launched it over the green monster in left. Everything changed right there. The Fenway Park crowd, roaring on every pitch earlier, went quiet. The Astros scored another run that inning, what turned out to be the game winner, in the top of the 9th. When it ended, the Astros mobbed one another in the middle of the diamond and then took the celebration inside. Yes, this time was different. So now, we have one more challenge ahead of us, Hinch said, and then we'll continue to try to work towards our ultimate goal, which is to win the whole thing. Richard Justice has been a reporter for MLB.com since 2011. Read his columns and follow him on Twitter at @RichardJustice. This story was not subject to the approval of Major League Baseball or its clubs.